evening, everybody, and happy Hanukkah, and welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. My name is Dave Juskow, and I'm here every week with Mr. Mike Suarez, and we bring this little ditty to you once a week on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, Scruffy Bones, to say, well, how are you? And to tell you the joyousness of the Comedy Cellar and the greatness of all it provides and the laughs and merriment it provides to everyone all season round. I mean, if I remember years ago, the Comedy Cellar used to have 2 days when it was closed, Christmas and Thanksgiving, and now they're open. I think I think they're open on Christmas too, right, Mike?
I believe so.
Yeah, they used to be closed, but now they're open, and so they're open 365 days. There's plenty of shows to see, but it gets sold out quick because it's the best. As a matter of fact, if you were there tonight at the Comedy Cellar, if you were in the West Village, you get to see our friend Greg Rogel, who you might remember from The Nanny. He hates when I mention that. And Judy Gold, who's fantastic. So they're all performing there. That's just a little taste. Actually, I will be there tomorrow night, but lighting candles for Hanukkah with Rachel Feinstein and Sam Morrell. I will be having a lighting candle ceremony at the Comedy Cellar tomorrow night, if you happen for some reason to be in town. And of course, don't forget our Las Vegas Club, which our friend Mark Cohen runs. And that is the story that we have to say. So let's see. Oh, my God, Dave Curry. So nice to see you, too. Oh, I'm so glad you liked the dog in the background. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Dave. That was the 400th episode of my podcast called Just Go in the City. But if you heard the 401st, of course, that's the best one because that evil Kate is anonymous. Did you ever see Greg Rogel and The Nanny? I love The Nanny, too. I watch it in reruns all the time. See, that's a show that I would watch on New Year's Eve when I don't want to know about the ball or any of that shit. If I'm staying home, I only watch The Nanny. I watch shows from the 90s. Well, Spin City. There's like a channel that just has 90 shows. They don't know anything about September 11th or what's happening this year. You know, they don't know about COVID. They don't know about Hurricane Sandy. And that's where I got to be if I'm going to stay home on New. What the hell is that? Is that a cat behind me? How did she get in here? What is happening here? Uh-oh. We have some bad trafficking on the chat room, Mike.
Oh.
How did they get in? Hello, Liz. Did I ever meet Taylor? I don't know who that is. You mean Taylor Tomlinson? I always used to watch The Nanny with my grandma. She lived it too. Yes, hi, Aunt Judy. Yes, it's 12:20. And Dave Curry, anonymous. Marcy, happy Hanukkah. Thank you so much for wishing me a happy Hanukkah. So I was going to light the candles today, like just on the show or have it in the background, and put it like right. Hi, Chloe. So nice. How was your vacation? Are you back? You missed the big show. We got pictures. A big fuck you, Chloe thing. I'm just kidding. But how was your trip? My sister went to Hawaii and was on that flight with all the turbulence.
Oh.
Yeah, but fortunately they left. I was hoping maybe it was going to end bad and I can keep this cat, but they're still alive. So thank you. Anyway, so I was going to light the candles right behind me. But as you can see, the cat's here, and that just seemed too dangerous. Her name, well, I thought, Liz, oh, you're still in Scottsdale, Chloe. You're coming tomorrow, though. We're having lunch tomorrow, no? Oh, maybe not. Maybe Gabby got it right. Anonymous. Opening for Jeff Ross was terrific. It was so much fun. It was very energetic. This is at Caroline's. I would normally not talk about another comedy club here, but they're closing, so no one cares. It was a great time. The crowd. This was a Sunday night, and it was very energetic. The crowd was totally into it. I told them I was taking the C off of the sign because it completes my collection. I have a UNT in my house, so I'm taking the C from nothing. Anyway, I'll probably, I guess I'm gonna also do a guest spot with Dave Attell next week, either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Of course, he won't tell me. Well, Angela, the kitty's behind me. You can't see it? Mm-hmm. She's right behind me. She's She's right there. Sometimes she'll come up here. And so I got her on Saturday, and she did not come out for the entire day. She was just stuck in this closet behind me. Weird because, you only see this part, but I do have a big apartment, and she just had wanted to have nothing to do with it. And then on Sunday, while I was watching football, she came out a little bit, but then I had to go, so we didn't get to run. And then yesterday, she was definitely exploring the bedroom and the kitchen and stuff. And today, she's all in. I mean, she's out and about and hanging around. And Anonymous, I don't know where my sister went. Somewhere in Hawaii. And quite frankly, I didn't want to know because I was jealous enough as she took the whole family there, but not me. I guess I'm not part of the family really. They all flew first class. Marcy, if you're talking about the cat enjoying Pac-Man, you should have seen before we went on the air, right, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
She was playing Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. Speaking of which, let me bring on my guest today. It is he is an Emmy winner for Sesame Street. You've seen him here before. Please welcome back to the program, Mr. Memo Salazar, everybody.
Hi. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm bringing you on now because you were the one that got me to become a cat lover. So
I thought you meant, speaking of which, referring to Pac-Man. I was like, I don't understand the connection.
No, I meant that it is because of Memo that I have a love of cats and, wrote my book, which I still haven't talked about yet, but you'll see soon, about my cat that I fell in love with. That Memo was like, do you want a cat? And I'm like, no, I don't want a cat. And then he made me come over, and the cat was a kitten, and it went over on its back. That's and true. It let me pet her. Remember, Memo? And
yeah.
And
we had a party, and our neighbor got stuck with a cat that somebody ditched on her, and she already had pets, so she couldn't keep it. And we were like, who wants a cat? And you didn't say anything at the party. You just you were just being your usual self, and whatever that means. And then you left, right? I mean, it was a good party. It was fun. We were having a cookout outside on the front stoop and everything. But then a couple days later, you're like, you know what? I think I might want that cat.
Is that how it happened?
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? You? It could it didn't seem to make sense at the time.
I kept thinking about it, and it was such a cool. I've always wanted a black cat because people hate them, or people, there's a problem with black cats, and I've always liked black cats, let alone from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, of course. So what I really wanted was a talking cat, and of course, as you know, one of my favorite Bugs Bunny episodes is when Porky Pig has that dog one. It's like, well, that's not our dog. Our dog was a talking dog. Well, that's ridiculous. If it was a talking dog, I'd keep myself. And then the dog goes, well, fat boy, you got yourself a dog. Now, if that's not good comedy writing, then I don't know what is. But
should I have said Joe DiMaggio?
This what?
Should I have said DiMaggio?
DiMaggio? What do you mean?
No, that's another Looney Tunes one. Yeah. Remember,
another Looney Tunes talking dog joke.
The guy's trying to prove that the dog talks, and every time he takes him to the talent agent, he just goes, arf, So then he's like, what do you, what? Right. He's like, what's sandpaper?
It was just like Michigan J. Frog thing, right?
Sort of.
But he's
your favorite baseball player? Roof.
Right.
They kicked him out. Should I have said DiMaggio?
Aunt Judy, Uncle Bob said we saw you once in Caroline. So, yeah, well, Aunt Judy, that was the best performance I ever had. That was in 1996 where I was on. That was the TV taping. And that performance is the reason why people keep asking me to open for them, like Sarah and Dave and Jeff and Jim Gaffigan, because I had one good performance in 1996, that show that Aunt Judy was at. And I was never able to repeat it again. So it was a special episode. Somebody was just asking me about it. I have it on VHS. It's not available anywhere. But at least it was, it's in print. It exists. And I don't know whether, I know my podcast listeners would absolutely adore it in the sense of they'll know all the references. But, I can't imagine a 26-year-old who I was talking to today would understand what it was. I don't know, Anonymous. I told you exactly when it was on Sunday, but you couldn't make it, and I don't know. I don't know. He says, well, Wednesday might be. Well, maybe Thursday. But this is what he does. This is what he does to me my whole life. So whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not like I'm not around. I just was trying to avoid Thursday, but I think he wants me to go Thursday. But my sister wanted me to do something with her on Thursday. And that's the story. Anyway, who's here, Memo, who's saying hello is Dave Curry.
Oh, Hi. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all these messages. You have so many fans.
Yeah, jealous. PJ's kissing a tell. I usually spend New Year's with a tell. So, yeah, it was
Yeah.
canceled last night, Marcy. He had a sore throat or something.
What are you doing for New Year's?
I never have any plans. I was just saying, I usually just watch 90s television. Sybil and what is that? The Real Adventures of Christine or something. Anything that I never liked, but I've never seen an episode of that seems new, but it takes place in the 90s before COVID and 9/11. That's what I'm going to watch on New Year's Eve. I never have anything to do New Year's Eve. I go out on Sundays and Mondays and Tuesdays. So,
Right.
I don't know. New Year's sucks, and I don't know.
You watch Murphy Brown.
Yeah, Dave, you should be talk show host, comedy meets conversation. Well, that's my dream, Elizabeth, Liz. I have always wanted to be a talk show host. I mean, that's why I like doing the podcast. I like talking. I like talking to people. I like interviewing people. I like doing the research. I like old school monologues, doing an opening monologue or whatever. When I first started this particular show, technically, which was a football show, I did it live at Caroline's, and it was going over a feed on Facebook, and I was with this company. And I always had my friend Frank Santapadre would always write me a sports monologue. What's up with Tom Brady today? Tom Brady's in the news.
Was it your 40th that you? What was your birthday party where you basically we did that talk show setup and you would call people up to the stage. Remember? And you showed every clip of the Dave Juskow.
That was my 41st birthday. Yes,
41st birthday.
That was at that place in Tribeca.
Right.
Yeah, remember it was really hot outside, but it was nice and comfortable there. So I had food and open bar.
Yeah.
But the caveat was everybody had to watch all my clips from the past 30 years before that.
Yeah, it was like a 10-hour birthday
Yeah, and
show.
you were not allowed to leave. And if you did try to leave, I had somebody on a spotlight who would be like, "Where are you going?" Yeah, it was fantastic. I remember my sister sang a song, like a kid's song, and it just went on. And then finally the gay guys got up and said, we're taking a stand and we're leaving. And you can't stop us. Alan got up and let the crusade of people leave. But that's what you're allowed to do on your birthday, is just make people do whatever you want. So, yeah, what I showed scenes from college stuff and my cooking show and all those things, and I had a mic, and I'm like, now what I was thinking here was what it was mean to say, but
But you did the Carson thing where you'd call them on the couch maybe if they were good enough or whatever.
Right, because we had some people perform, and then I said I would wave them over if they were good, or otherwise I give them the okay. I remember on my 39th, that was just before the blackout, I think we showed Crusaders of Science at Irene's club.
Yeah.
And then we had to do comedy before, and I my favorite gag is pretending we don't know each other, and I'm like, and now I'm going to bring to the stage a very funny man, David Adel.
I think that's when I met you. I think I met you at that your 39th.
That would make sense. That was a fun night, though, right?
It was because I remember Rachel was like, "Oh, this guy." Oh no, because I had finished editing the Crusaders of Science with Steve Willis, and then she was like, "Oh, we're going to show it at this guy Juskow's birthday party," which was pretty crazy.
But that was a fun night, though. That was a really fun night, and then it was such a fun time. And then the next day there was a blackout in New York City, like a real blackout, and.
Right.
I was so angry because nobody could call and be like, great time last night. The phones weren't working. Nothing was working. It was kind of a joke because that was the time I realized our parents knew nothing. And, now it's just so true. What I'm saying is, your parents are supposed to be wise and they've seen stuff. But the fact of the matter is all of our parents have seen nothing compared to what these kids who are growing up today seen. When you talk about 9/11 and school shootings and natural disasters and pandemics, right? Our parents were like, World War II was horrible. But didn't that take place overseas? Well, I'm just saying. I mean, it's like this is all happening here. But the funny thing was your parents would say, always have a landline for emergencies. The blackout have first thing to go, the landline. Just saying. Anonymous had to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge in that blackout, walk up 18 flights of steps. Exactly. Yeah, everybody had to walk the blackout, 9/11. People, that's when people had to really see. For me, that would just be a normal day. So it wouldn't be too bad.
When were your parents born?
In the 30s.
And so they're not even boomers, right? They're like the previous generation. What generation is that?
I think it's called the greatest generation.
They were the greatest generation.
I don't know why. Have you met my mother? What's so great about her? You know who's the greatest? Your grandpappy, who invented the subway system in Mexico City. Now that's a man. Isn't that true?
No, he didn't invent the subway system. He worked at the subway system.
I thought he designed it.
No, well, he was the chief engineer for a while, but it was already built like for decades before he.
Well, can't we just say that? Who's going to tell?
Yeah,
I thought you're.
Yeah.
Mike, I swear to God, I thought I've been telling everybody his grandfather invented the subways, the train transportation system.
He's been getting your grandfather laid for years.
Yeah. Yeah, he single-handedly.
Memo, you got to try the train once. Come down to Mexico City. I don't know why he would talk with an Italian accent when he's Mexican, but Memo's granddad was a coyote. What does that mean? You know what that means?
Well, I don't know if he means like roadrunner, or does he mean like the guy that brings people across the border illegally? Because those are called coyotes too.
Oh, maybe that's what he meant. Don't listen to his podcast. Aunt Judy always talks about. Well, actually, Marcy, Aunt Judy already knows that, but I stopped talking badly about Rhoda now. So Rhoda knows not to listen. I mean, how many friends do I got to tell not to listen to the podcast? That's why I'm still not talking. Lee Maracus is barely still talking to me. And he goes, I can't believe you said all that stuff about me and my wife and my kids on your podcast. I'm like, whoa. I made it very clear not to listen to my podcast. I told you several times not to listen. So that's on him, no? No, maybe.
It's like crickets.
Oh, I was asking you. You don't believe?
Oh,
that?
Me? No. Well,
Yeah.
what if it's what if the people he works with are listening, right? And then they're like, "Oh, he's such a."
Why would the people
father.
he works with listen? Nobody's listening. I got like 20 listeners. I got Marcy and David Curry. Thank goodness. That's about
Anonymous.
I don't think Anonymous listens to the podcast. Angela does. But it's their fault that they listen. Exactly. Anonymous gets it. She gets it. Speaking of getting it, Alyssa Milano just turned 50 today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I am shocked because, when I thought she was hot when she was on Who's the Boss, she was only 8 years younger. So I was like, now I don't feel like such a horrible person. I didn't realize we were pretty much the same age. That's fascinating. She still looks great. What a interesting career she's had. But something else that look at this memo. This happened. Can you show picture number 1, Mike? This fish bit this guy in the ocean. Where is it off the coast of? I can't remember. It's just picture number. It's called the triggerfish, and it's got teeth.
Oh, ow!
And it looks like he bit that diver, like he's fine and everything, but yeah, he was just like, like I just picture. He goes like, well, you shouldn't have been swimming in the water, like that.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that like a news story? I mean, wouldn't this happen like every day?
It is a news story. Nobody's seen that type of fish before. It's called a triggerfish. And I guess they weren't expecting teeth. It was in the Post today.
Oh, crazy.
I've never seen a teeth with fish before. I mean,
piranhas.
Teeth before.
You haven't seen a tooth with a fish. Yeah, I went piranha fishing once.
That's what he's saying. Well, piranhas, though.
No.
No, that's what I was looking for. He's
a abominable snowman.
That's exactly the one I was. Damn it. Mike, that is exactly the one. What is that? A vulture, right?
Yeah, it's a vulture.
Right.
I think it's also a puma later on. Same
Yeah, they did a couple of the same voices. This dude, right? The puma. Oh, here's my cat again. She's right at the mic. You can see her tail. it's there's nothing funnier than cats just have no respect for anything you're doing. I like that. Look at picture number 2. This kid got a javelin stuck in his neck for real.
Oh,
Now, first of all, I don't know how the fuck that happens unless they say it's an accident, but seriously, who's throwing it? How did that even happen? The kid's okay, but it looks like a fake, like he's doing a Steve Martin gag, but yeah, there's something wrong. But meanwhile, this never would have happened if you go to picture 3, if they had used the javelin that Lamar invented, which goes with his limp-wristed throwing scheme. What is it? His limp-wristed throwing style.
yeah.
He's a master in aerodynamics, and he invented a javelin that I don't think it would hurt anybody because it kind of it makes noise, so you can get out of the way of it if it's just coming at you. Meanwhile, if you go to the next one, this happened just this morning. Justin Verlander became a New York Met. Very exciting for all of us. Of course, the only reason I'm saying exciting is because of the next picture, which is Kate Upton's in town. Now, why it's necessary for her to bring her kid in all these pictures? We don't want to see that kid. We just want to see Kate. And look at the next picture, Mike. I mean, look at this. That's somebody's mom. Not interested. Hello? Kate Upton's in town. She's going to live here. She's going to be at the Mets games. Look at the next one. Look what she wore to the All-Star game last year. That's what we want to see Kate Upton in at Citi Field. And why do they keep got to bringing that kid around? We get it. We don't want to know you're somebody's mother. You're awesome. Thank you. Is there another one?
There's one
I
more
don't think
picture.
so. I think that was
no,
it.
it's just
That's it. Well, actually, let's wait. We could look at that for a second.
We pull it
Might
up
as
here.
well. We'll be talking about it in a minute. I mean, oh yeah. I mean, look, I kicked ass last week, but how about that? Nick had the Colts. I mean, that Vikings game. Did any of you guys see it?
No,
Did you hear about it?
no.
The Vikings were down 33-3 in the third quarter. It's the greatest comeback in NFL history, and they ended up winning the game in overtime. It was unbelievable.
Was that Sunday?
Yeah, that was Saturday, last Saturday.
Saturday.
And as you can see, we lost. I would have done better if I knew the Lions were going to win, but I have to pick the Jets, and it's problematic. Marcy's Bengals kicked some ass, although they were down early. San Francisco was my best bet. That was a no-brainer. And I don't know. But I'm winning. I'm tied with Nick now, 115 and 115. Mike is next, and then the chat room. We're all pretty much in good shape. More on that
doing pretty good
later. Yes, Revenge of the Nerds. That's what that was from. Memo, what's up with Sesame Street? Didn't you say something big was happening? Oh, we know.
Did I?
No, wait. Bob just died.
Bob just died. Yeah.
If any of you are around my age, you remember Bob. What was his last name? McGrath?
Bob McGrath.
Yeah. I couldn't even believe he was still alive.
I know. Well, I have one Bob story, which is I met, not him, but like.
wait, I'm sorry. Well, I got one Bob story for you. I got a Gordon story, so go ahead. Sorry.
I know. Luis also died, or Emilio is his real name.
I got a Carol Spinney story that's really going to knock you on your ass.
He all right.
Thank
you know
you,
what?
Mike.
I'm not gonna tell you.
No, tell it, please.
I met them both at this Christmas party, like right before COVID, like a couple months before COVID. And Bob was really, really old, but he was the sweetest guy. He was as nice as he was like just like you see him on TV. He wasn't, sometimes he's like an asshole in real life or whatever. No, he was really great. And but he's really old, and he's like asking me, where I am from and whatever. And he's like, "Oh, where were you born, or where are you from?" And so I go, "Well, in Mexico. I was born in Mexico. I'm Mexican." He's like, "Oh, Emilio over there. Emilio's Chicano too," which I just thought was hilarious because I don't know who uses the word Chicano anymore.
Yeah, nobody does.
It was really cute.
Well, yeah, that's so funny. I mean, first of all, I don't think anyone ever thought that guy would be a dick. You can't be on a show for 60 years and be a complete asshole.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, and I mean the guy. I mean, those guys are horrible actors. So, I don't think any of them are acting except for Mr. Hooper. What a complete phony. But so Anonymous says, my sister was little. We saw him in the airport. My sister was so starstruck, she literally started twitching.
Wow.
But that makes sense. If you saw anybody
Yeah.
from Sesame Street, how would you not be that way?
Yeah, as a kid especially.
I felt that way about that. Who is it? Maria?
Maria, yeah.
She was amazing in Follow That Bird. And it was exciting. But yeah, what are you working on now?
Not much. I just finished this huge series about it's like 145-minute animated episodes, and they're meant to go all over the world. They're like for kids who are in like crisis situations, like refugee camps and so on.
Wow,
like
that's really great.
The kids leaving, like the Ukraine refugees and like the Rohingya refugees. So like we're dubbing them into a whole bunch of languages. So yeah, it was just like this huge problem. We get all this money from Lego to make these special like episodes for these kids that are like, don't have school.
What do you mean? Your special episodes of Sesame Street that they're going to show, or just one of like little 5-minute videos?
Yeah, they're like 5-minute animations. They're like cartoon versions but I mean, we use all the, like Cookie Monster, Elmo, they're all in there, and then some other characters. So they're like animated versions of Sesame Street, basically. It would have been live action, but COVID came, and so we had to like pivot and turn it into cartoon.
Oh, I see. Boy, that's Marcy. Memo is truly an unbelievably wonderful do-gooder. That is true. He really is the real deal. I'm surprised he hasn't started a compost heap. I'm sure if he wasn't living in Queens, he probably would.
Remember I used to have worm compost in under the sink, but that was didn't work out so well. Yeah.
No. And he's obviously a good father because he has the best daughter, who I was hoping to get on the show today, but you said she's at dance class.
Yeah, she's always every night.
Remember that time I got to tell you folks, he said his daughter was in the Nutcracker. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have kids or friends that have kids, but I don't know anybody that's never said, my kid's going to be in the Nutcracker this year. Everyone says it. Lee's stupid kids are in the Nutcracker, right? And you're like, oh, that's good for you. Good for you. Well, he doesn't even mention it. It because of COVID, I guess, it was streamed. She's the fucking lead in the Nutcracker. She was the lead. She was amazing. And he didn't tell us that. And it's just so funny because every time everybody who has a kid, like, yeah, they're going to be a Sugar Plum Fairy or whatever, and you're like, oh, great. But Jesus, the lead, she was amazing. Remember, what was that, 2-3 years ago?
Well, yeah, it was the first, it was like literally 2020. And like the thing was because of COVID, they shot the whole thing over green screen, remember? And then they composited the whole
I
thing.
couldn't even believe how good it was. I was so jealous. I'm like, wait a minute. How are these people that know nothing about computers or filming, they made it better than I can make, me and Bernie look, in a green screen. I'm so angry. But boy, it was really, and I mean, I'll say that even about my nieces. We have pictures of them in the goddamn Nutcracker playing. This one was playing the Sugar Plum Fairy and one was playing some other jerk off. And you got to go sit there and you sit through it. But, no one ever plays the lead. It's always some asshole you never heard of. And it's some douchebag. It's like, I mean, this happens to everybody this time of the year. And Lee's kids are on or maybe it was Jay's kids, his brother. They're in Lincoln Center. And somehow they got in. And well, that's kind of excited. Hi, Cammie. Nice to see you. From Tampa.
Hey, speaking of your niece, how is she doing so well in the football pool? She's really good.
She's doing okay. She usually does really bad. Sooner or later, somebody has to have a good season. Like I'm having a good season this year,
right?
Sooner or later, somebody has to do well. I mean, there's always the guys that do well every year,
right?
And then there's the people that don't. Like Sarah's manager won the pool. This is what happens all the time. Whoever wins the pool that year, they are at the bottom the next year. That's exactly what happened. I mean, Sarah's manager knows nothing about football, and she won the whole thing one year. It just, who knows? Anyway, let's. Why don't we do the slides? I got some real fun stuff. You good with that?
Yeah.
Everybody ready for the slides? I'm so happy to see everybody. Can I just say this is such a fun time of the year, and again, it's so nice to see everybody in the chat room. So, yeah,
Let's
and
talk
Judy,
about the booby
well,
prize.
and Judy, next week I'm mentioning about last place for the last 2 weeks. So you and Rhoda, my mother, are vying for the booby prize. Now, are you still allowed to call it the booby prize in this day and age, or is that some sort of issue?
Yeah, you just canceled yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm doing it anyway. And last year I didn't have one. I think Sarah, she was like, "No booby prize," and I'm like, "Sorry, I forgot about it this year." But now I'm back. So Aunt Judy's going to. Titty would be more respectful. The titty prize. We can't do that. No, Marcy, no show next Tuesday. This is the season finale. We'll be back on January 2nd. Okay, let's look at the slides I have put together because I messed this up because it will be fun. And I cannot wait for Memo to chime in on all this stuff. I am sharing my screen now, Michael. So you can see this. This is, what is he, the president? Something? So he's signing a bill about same-sex, and my favorite part, which I didn't know, oh, yeah, January 2nd is Marcy's birthday, everybody. Oh, I have to do
Happy
something
birthday.
special. Well, Marcy, you got to come on that day. In fact, if there's anyone here today that would like to come on this show and light the Hanukkah candles, I would like that very much. Mike, give them the place that they would write into in the chat room if anybody has the guts to light the Hanukkah candles tonight. Anyway, I didn't realize. I know they're trying to keep same-sex marriages together. I don't know how it's falling apart. I really don't understand all that stuff. But Cammie, you don't have a menorah at your house. I mean, you can always come on, but come on. Imagine people who got a menorah and a couple of candles. You're the least Jewish person I know. But I love you anyway, and you're hot. So, but I like what I didn't know it had something to do with. I didn't know interracial couples was a law. Weren't they always allowed to get married, but just people didn't like it?
I think local states and municipalities were for a long time able to actually make laws about that.
Well, that's why Kamala Harris is so we can still stay married. I can still stay married to my Jewish husband. That's what I'm pretty sure
That's
that
what she's
face
saying.
is. Yeah, that's what she's saying, Memo. And you heard about this. This is the U.S. Energy Secretary talking about that limitless energy they found from like fusion.
Fission.
What's it called?
Thought it was fission.
Oh, fission?
Yeah.
Is it the same thing or not?
No, it's like they're opposites, I think.
But it's like something they discovered that's going to like change everything. But it makes me nervous because I've seen Angels and Demons when they have that antimatter in that thing. Remember when it's in the Vatican at the basement? But, then it, spoiler alert, look out for this guy, the super hot Ewan McGregor. By the way,
Yeah.
folks.
Oh, it is fusion.
Angela says it's fusion.
Oh, okay. It's
It
they're gonna
probably
rip
is
a
BS.
hole in the
Somebody's going to
space-time
fuck something
continuum.
up. What, Mom? I'm sorry.
They're gonna rip a hole in the space.
Of course they are. That's like the most nerve-wracking thing that there is. Exactly. Somebody's going to fuck something up. It's not going to end well. But if you've never seen Angels in America, that's a good one too. But if you haven't seen Angels and Demons, the sequel to the Da Vinci Code, it's really good. So much better than the Da Vinci Code movie. Did you see that movie, Memo? You like it?
I
too?
never saw Angels and Demons.
It's excellent. Ron Howard movie. Tom Hanks. Ewan McGregor's unbelievable.
That's like the sequel to the Da Vinci Code. Is that right?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really, I've seen it probably 30 times, and it is very entertaining. It's a really good, psychological thriller, and just really entertaining. Really entertaining. I highly recommend Angels and Demons.
This is what year was that?
Maybe it's 10 years old. Maybe 12.
12. So you're getting closer. You're out of the 90s now. This is good.
I'm doing the best I can.
2009.
Memo. What did you say, Mike?
Angels and Demons.
Yeah,
2009.
It's good.
2009. 12, but maybe like 14 years old. Yeah. Actually, I'm watching this movie called, I think, Everything All at Once or something. And I'm half hour in, and it's not great yet. I'm sticking with it because I like what's her name, Michelle Yeoh or something.
Yeah.
But it's not working the way I want it to. And I did see, and of course this will be on my podcast when I come back in the new year. I saw the new Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio memo.
Oh yeah, is it good?
It's excellent.
Yeah, I'm looking.
But you got to hear my rant on the Pinocchio with Tom Hanks. I must have gone off for 20 minutes about how much I hate Geppetto and him and his fucking character, and he's such a piece of shit. But in this one, it's better. So I'll explain more. If you listen to Just Gal in the City, and don't forget, subscribe to Patreon.
There's a million, like, so Roberto Benigni made a Pinocchio, which was...
I will never watch anything with that asshole.
It was a huge bomb, but it was like the most expensive movie ever made or whatever. And then
how that guy won an Oscar. I want to kill myself.
But then they made these other Italians made a Pinocchio a few years ago, and Benigni played Geppetto. Funny enough, you should say Geppetto.
The Geppetto character is one of the worst written characters in story history, but I guess it is an Italian book, right? So
yeah, the book is great. The book is really twisted. It's really dark and
well, that's the way Guillermo del Toro, right? I got that.
Yeah.
The guy who did Pan's Labyrinth, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. It's really because I like Pan's Labyrinth a lot, and this is really, really, it's stop motion animation. I mean, it's Memo and I favorite thing. We, if you watch our Cars movie, we have that in the movie. It's on Amazon Prime. Watch it this Christmas because it's basically a Christmas movie.
That's right.
So please, if you haven't seen it yet, you must watch it and make sure you're high.
Yeah,
as you know, Nancy Pelosi is retiring or giving up her speaker house, so they made a portrait of her because that's what they do. Well, here, see, this is a guy. This is Robert Charles Winthrop, and she should be grateful that this is her picture because this guy, I don't know what the fuck happened to this guy. They've been making these portraits for years, and they're all in this hallway of this House Speaker's lobby. Wow. So it's very exciting.
What happens when they run out of space in the hallway? I
don't know, but it's very exciting. She's obviously the first woman in there, which is like really great. I really like her a lot. And, she's up there now with this guy. This is Tip O'Neill.
Tip O'Neill, yeah.
You might remember from the 80s. Memo definitely knows him because I think he was a Boston guy.
Yep.
And the best part about Tip O'Neill was that he was depicted by John Candy in an SCTV sketch where he appeared on the Brooke Shields show. And that's Rick Moranis as Brooke Shields' mother. And if you're in folklore history where John Candy gets to play you in anything, then you win the prize. And this was the Brooke Shields show, and she's very uninterested. And she goes, Tip O'Neill, do you mind if I call you Tip Toenail? I always remember that so much because it was so funny. And Catherine O'Hara was amazing in it. And then, as if it couldn't get any better, and I hope Nancy Pelosi does this like on some sort of tour after she retires. Guy was on fucking Cheers having a beer with Norm. What's better than that?
I remember that.
I mean, the next Speaker of the House better be doing this kind of shit because that's awesome, right?
Yeah. And I think the joke is he doesn't realize it's Tip O'Neill, right? If I remember.
I think he does. I don't
He's like trashing like the government. He's being like, these clowns can't do it.
Oh, is that? Oh, I think you're right. You're right. I forget sometimes because what was because there's one with Spanky McFarlane from the Little Rascals that they don't believe it's Cliff doesn't believe it's Spanky, and he goes, nope, not me. Are you sure? No, absolutely not. And then he walks out, and Norm goes, you really are Spanky, aren't you? Yes, I am. But yeah, what's better than that? And the funny thing is, so. Let's take a look at this picture again. Now, this is Nancy Pelosi's husband, as you can see. Now, I don't know what outfit that is, but the only outfit I recognize there is this one. I mean, what the fuck? Is this the same guy that's trying to kill Hyman Roth? What outfit, including the glove? I mean, I know he's wearing gloves.
He's Tot from Raiders of the Lost Ark, the guy that grabs the thing and burns his hand.
That's right. What shall we talk? Your fire is getting cold. What shall we talk about? Oh my God, isn't that funny? Well, I don't know whether you heard, but it snowed in London a lot this week. And everything, all the weather is all obviously fakakta. Not sure if this woman should be wearing this outfit because, sorry, it's just, I see that outfit. I just want to see this because that's how you wear the outfit. I mean, at the very least, Wonder Girl, maybe. Does anybody remember when Deborah Winger played Wonder Girl, her sister? Do you think little boys might have masturbated to this? Probably not. Probably not. There was Pornhub back. Oh no, there wasn't. Right. Yes. But yeah, it was look at that. Isn't that a great picture? I don't think it snows like this normally in London. It's not normal. Is that our flag? Yes, it's a good point, Mark. Yeah, wait, hold on a second. Is that our and that is our flag. Hey, wait a minute. She's from Britain, but and there is a fox in the middle of the snow on the street. You know what I say to that? Well, that fox is crazy like a fox. And then I say, who remembers that show?
Oh, wow.
With Jack Warden? No?
Yes, very well.
Oh, come on, son. All I need is a ride. What could possibly happen? Here's the best about this. This is John. His son is John Rubinstein. Does anybody know in the chat room who John Rubinstein is? I'm going to go with Anonymous or Angela possibly, but I think Anonymous might have the best chance of knowing who John Rubinstein is. Does anybody know? Because no one else is going to know but me or my sister. Well,
wait, I got a question about Anonymous. Couldn't that be like 7 different people who all logged on?
No, it's we don't know her name, but she lives in Manhattan and she seems okay and she likes Mike.
But I mean, there's not like if I logged in anonymously, I wouldn't also be anonymous.
No, I think she made her name anonymous, right, Mike? I mean, I guess that's
Correct.
a good question, but I guess she got the name. I guess there's not another one.
Wow, you did it.
I guess, yeah. Anyway, he created the role of Pippin.
What?
What do you mean created the role?
He did. He originated the role of Pippin in the original Broadway cast. That's Ben Vereen.
Ben Vereen, that's hilarious.
And that is John Rubinstein. How cool does he look? Is that the 70s or not?
Looks like Roger Daltrey.
Well, he does, and he looks a little like William Catt, who played him in the TV movie of Pippin. So this was the look back then. And then he sings, everything has its season, everything has its time. Show me a reason, and I'll soon show you a rhyme. The most classic of all songs.
See, that was really impressive how you were able to take a photo of England and loop it into both an old TV show from the 80s and then a musical in like
you never
2
listened
minutes.
to my podcast?
That's impressive. No, but that was really impressive the way you found that path.
Well, yes, Liz, he was on TV. He was on Crazy Like a Fox, but he was also on the Mary Tyler Moore show. What'd you say, Mike?
And the follow-up TV movie, still Crazy Like a Fox.
No,
Right.
he wasn't in that.
Oh, he wasn't in that one?
Yeah, he was. Oh, we work well together. I just remember he was in the Mary Tyler Moore show. I'm like, that's the guy from Pippin, and still Crazy Like a Fox. Wait, was it? Oh yeah, and here he is playing the role of his father in Pippin in the touring company. I thought that was kind of cool, actually, even though I love making fun, but love it. This is an Italian rapper named Salmo. I think we've spoken about him before because, apparently he's, it's funny when somebody's uber popular, but we have no idea who they are, in our country because we're so, like the fact that we just don't care about soccer. Who won? Argentina? Oh, good for them. Meanwhile, I did watch that game. My friend, I called up my friend Evan. He's like, "Well, I'm watching the game, and it's like Argentina's going to win. It's 2-0." And then all of a sudden, it was 2-2, and I'm like, "All right, maybe I better turn this on." Meanwhile, I don't know how soccer works. It looks like they're going into overtime. Argentina scores a goal, and I'm like, oh, I guess it's over. And then it just keeps on going. And I was like, what? When does it stop? Until everybody scores? Or
It's not sudden death. It's like 2 15-minute.
yeah, well, Memo, this is why it'll never be popular here. We enjoy drama. And drama, although football isn't the greatest. I was telling everybody, my brother-in-law told me, Memo, the actual time played in football is only 11 minutes. Right? So it's a joke. But what is it? What is football? It's all drama. It is a countdown clock, and it is all set up. And you get to the line, and you're going, and then 2 seconds, and then you're like, either or and then it goes, and then it sets up again. It's everything America likes.
That game, that World Cup game was the most dramatic sports game I've ever seen. That was
but it sucks.
It doesn't get better than that.
It sucks that it comes to penalty shots. That's a bad way to win,
I know, but it does
fair.
for the team. It does, but I mean, you couldn't get more dramatic. That was an amazing.
Oh no, it was. I think they say it was the greatest match ever played. I think, what are they calling it? The beautiful game.
It was just so perfect, like the way it happened. It was, you couldn't write a better story.
I'm glad I got to see it. And normally I used to go to bars for stuff. I remember I went when France won, I think the first, and they wouldn't serve alcohol because it was 6 a.m. God damn it. Anyway, this guy is crowd surfing, and I don't know. That's pretty. Again? What?
Who is he again?
His name is Salmo. He's a rapper. Apparently pretty popular in Milan.
Is that like a giant inflatable cell phone?
That's what it looks like. But, that's the question. What's more manly, going over the crowd surfing and anything can happen, or surfing in this disgusting water in Brazil in a Santa costume? Just that water. Oh, can you imagine if he wipes out? Gross. And these were all the Santas in Maine having a little party, which is fun. I mean, Memo, I think you and I need to go into Santa costume business, and we should start this year, because between this and SantaCon, and which is all over the country,
sure.
Wow, Santa suit business, clearly the way to go. SantaCon, what a nightmare.
Wait, is that ET on the right? Who is it? Yeah, what is that on
over here?
Yeah, it looks like Alf or something.
No, just somebody who's going down, like
snowboarding,
surfing instead of ski. Oh, I guess it's a snowboarder instead. That's why.
I see.
I think Catalina, I just heard from her. I think she's at a Christmas show. I was really upset. I was like, "What do you mean you're at a Christmas show?" She said, "Hey, I'm at a Christmas show." I'm like, "Hello, it's Tuesday." And this is in Italy too. I love when people, my block is really lit up for Christmas. I should have taken a picture of it. I'll try and take one, although by January 2nd, we're not going to care. But my particular block is really always set up really nice for Christmas. But this is beautiful. I love stuff like that, right?
It's very nice.
Okay, so this is that Orion capsule that just went beyond the moon, the furthest anybody's ever gone. They're going to try and put humans in it, because they keep going further and further, see if they can make it. Nobody's in there now.
This is from Planet of the Apes? This shot?
Try again. Now, this is for real, but what does it remind you of?
I was thinking Planet of the Apes.
You're almost there.
Return to Planet of the Apes.
Nope, but you're in the same decade. Anybody know what's next? Now let me do my Bill Daly imitation for you. Dr. Bellows, Jeannie. And now this is the Bill Daly from the Bob Newhart Show. Bob, Emily. They used to kill on stage, folks. Marcy got it right. Yes, I Dream of Jeannie. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, wait a minute. I can't wait till they do man it and then drop it in the ocean and they meet a genie.
Yeah.
She'll fix everything. Now, this is
the genie?
No, this is in India. They're a Swami, one of their gurus that they're fixing up. making it nice, even though it looks exactly like Mike Myers. Oh, yeah, Liz, thanks for knowing the Newhart. Oh, you love Newhart or the Bob Newhart show? I was doing the Bob Newhart show. Bob, Emily, Marshall Wallace. Anyway, do you remember when the Statue of Liberty was that way in the 80s?
Yep.
They had all the scaffolding. Mike, I don't know if you remember.
I remember it because of Bad Magazine and Remo Williams.
What did you say? What did you say, Mike?
Remo Williams. Yeah.
You got that right. That's exactly why I remember it too. I can't believe you remember it also. Wasn't that movie the best?
I love that movie. It's Fred Ward's
too.
second
Look at
best
this.
movie.
They had a big fight at the end of the Statue of Liberty. It was just like North by Northwest on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, those three construction workers get hired to murder him for $50.
It was
There's a lot of money back then.
Yeah, Marcia, you got that right.
You could live in New York for 2 months on $50 back then.
They were filming while the scaffolding was up there. I mean, I guess they had no choice. So it's a real time capsule in a way. And so does anyone know not who this is?
I won't say it,
but who his daughter is? Yeah, don't say it, Mike, yet if you know. Does anybody know who this guy's daughter is? Let me give you this guy right here. Does anyone in the chat room know? What?
It's like that's supposed to help, like the photo.
That's the joke. Anonymous, I've never been there. Actually, the last time I was inside a woman was Statue of Liberty. Does anyone in the chat room know who this is daughter? Well, I'm going to show you. Mike already knows. Oh, no, sorry. That's not his daughter. That's the same guy.
That's him. Yeah.
Anyone know who his daughter is?
Patrick Swayze?
No! No, God damn it. This guy's daughter is Jennifer Grey. His name is Joel Grey. He's an Academy Award winner, and his daughter is Jennifer Grey. And the funny thing about Jennifer Grey, of course, is that she got her nose job, and nobody recognized her, and it ruined her career.
Mm-hmm.
She was cute as a button here, and then for some reason she was just a regular actress. Now, I don't know if you remember this show.
Wasn't that what happened to you?
Yes. Yes, God. Well, I had a perfect nose job. You still know it's me. I mean, I don't know. Everybody was like, wait, who has a nose job where you don't recognize? And the funny thing is, when I got mine, I didn't think anybody would recognize me, but nothing changed. With her, nobody recognized her. So much so she, in this show, it's from the 90s, and clearly it's an answer to Friends. Right.
Right.
And Jennifer Grey plays herself. In fact, Mike, if there's a way you could somehow find the trailer for this, it is so bad. It must have lasted 3 episodes. And I remember one of the trailers, and I don't know if this is the one like where she's like, I'm Jennifer Grey, and from Dirty Dancing. Like every episode she had to explain who she was because nobody knew she was. Look, I have the bad picture, but would you know that's the girl from Dirty Dancing? This is only like a couple years later.
No,
like 5 years later. This guy ended up marrying Charlotte in Sex and the City. But look at the difference. I mean, she says now she ruined her career by doing that. She made a huge mistake.
I'm reading Anonymous's comment about
but you pushed a naked woman in front of you to protect your nose. Well, that's true. That is true, Anonymous. That is a very true story. Memo knows that's a true story.
I do know it's a true story.
Well, I didn't want to get my nose job. It's very expensive, It's not like it just cost $1. Why would I want some douchebag to ruin my nose job? I covered it up and I curled into a ball, and then I used her as a human shield. Big deal. You guys would have done the same thing if you had an expensive nose job. No? And finally, this is the
is it a Hanukkah hat?
No, it's actually a Christian fest the Christian festival of St. Lucy in Jerusalem.
It's a Scandinavian tradition, actually.
But they're in Jerusalem.
Oh.
the weird part is, I mean, this just looks so dangerous. I mean, any of those candles, look at her hair. This is a bad idea. And do you have for any reason where the warped mind of Dave Juskow will go for this next picture? You will never guess. But if you did, Mike. Does anybody know what I'm thinking of when I see a candle on a head this time of the year?
I mean, the ref had that joke, but I don't think that's what you're thinking about. So.
The ghost of Christmas past and the Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. My fire grows low. It is time for me to leave. This is where the warped mind of Dave Juskow comes in.
I can't find a trailer for it. All I have are full episodes.
Oh God, isn't that funny? That's okay. I just saw the trailer today, and I don't know where I found it. And I was like thinking about getting it, and I'm like, nah, maybe Mike will find it. He's good at, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. It was so bad, and yet that's why we want to see it. I don't remember where I found it. I don't think it was YouTube. Maybe it might have been on IMDb.
I don't even remember that show ever.
No, why would you? Nobody remembers it. The joke was that it was supposed to be like Friends, and the joke was that Jennifer Grey was playing herself, but because nobody could recognize her, the joke wasn't working. And the reason, I mean, she had those two movies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Dirty Dancing, and she probably could have gotten 3 more movies out of that, and probably her own series because she was just cute as a button. The Australian TV promo.
For
producer of Seinfeld.
What is it about you that made you not honk?
An all-new comedy about nothing, starring Jennifer Grey.
The actress, Dirty Dancing.
Set in LA, it's like, you know, Franio's 9 o'clock tonight on 9.
Oh, there it is. That's it. See, Jennifer Grey, Dirty Dancing, you know, and then that's the part I remember from the 90s and being like, oh my God, they've lost their minds. And then they just use from the producer of Seinfeld, another show about nothing. Why would you do that?
That wasn't Larry David, I hope.
No way. No, we would have heard about that just on Curb Your Enthusiasm alone. He would have definitely made somebody say, like, didn't you also do It's Like You Know? All right, shut up. Wait, when is everybody going to meet everybody?
Oh, everyone's trying to meet next year for either Marcy's birthday or Catalina visiting. Or
where are we
something.
meeting?
Oh,
we
got to figure out when they're going to be here.
Oh, in New York. Okay. I was like, are we meeting in Kentucky? Because I don't know if that's going to work for me.
We're all coming to your apartment so we can play the video games.
That's fine too. Where's my cat?
Oh, where is that cat?
Oh, she was all over the place.
Just hear a
she
car
just ate
starting.
dinner and passed out, just like her master. Okay, so why don't we do the picks? Is that cool with everybody?
Woo!
Memo, it's like I don't think anybody cares anymore, but I can't help myself, and I know the chat room doesn't really care about the picks, but I do them anyway. What happened?
Should I leave for this? Should I?
No. Oh, right. Actually, that's right. I forgot. You. It turns out you were kind enough to get Cookie Monster after working with him on this special to join us today to make the picks, right?
I pulled some strings. Yes.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Mike, put him off for a second so we can get this together because Cookie Monster is going to help us make the picks today. Angela, we are staying at Dave's and we'll make him sleep on his couch. Well, I got no, I always let everybody sleep in my bed. A week late, I'm sleeping between the arcades. Well, by the time you get here, if I'm still in this apartment, I'm going to have a third one. So I still won't put it together because I'm still afraid I'm going to get evicted. I don't know. I still get nervous about it. But yeah, so well, I guess we'll just wait a second until Cookie Monster's going to join. Very excited today about that. What about you, Mike? It's exciting having a celebrity of that kind of.
I think so. I think it's our biggest one.
Well, we did have Wendy Liebman on. No,
Man,
I don't know why I picked her.
that was a good pull.
I miss her so much.
Yeah, what's she been up to?
I don't know. The funny thing is, I can always ask her to come on, and I like having Wayne Fetterman on and stuff. All these guys from LA, and yet,
I think he's ready.
I just don't, because I guess I was always thinking that I thought we were going to do a lot of the shows in the city, at the club. So I think I was thinking that way. Like every week, something happened where it just was easier this way. I don't know. Oh, hello.
Hi. Are we live? This is on.
Yeah. Oh, see, he knows the terminology because Cookie Monster has been acting for years in front of the camera, right?
Me, expert on television.
Yeah, I know that. So, hey, listen, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule and doing this show.
Oh yeah, no problem. Me here, Lacey got COVID. So,
Is that what happened? Because she was
yeah.
supposed to be on.
Yeah, she went to Jet's tailgate, super spreader. Not bad.
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, that sucks. Well, listen, I mean, this is good stuff. What do you know about football? Anything? Are you good at it?
Me love football. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see how you do.
Vote for Argentina. Make
No.
$10
You got it.
picks.
You got it all wrong. Now that's a different kind of football. We're talking about American football.
Oh, right. Yeah. American. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All good.
All right. So I'm going to share the screen, and we're going to make some picks.
I am so stoned right now. What is happening?
Cookie Monster, what are you talking about? What's the matter with you?
I'm reading your chat. Your
Oh,
comments.
Yeah, that was a week
Oh.
late.
I was like, you're going to get canceled. So Mike, you can see it. Everything can see everything.
Yes.
All right. So let's start. I'm going to pick the Jets, but I hate myself, and let's just move on, Mike. God damn it.
Actually, think I don't like picking them, but the Jags.
No, you're doing the right thing. That's the way to go. This is on Thursday night. Cookie Monster, what do you think? The Jets or the Jags?
Yeah, me have to go with Jaguars. Yep. Over the Jets.
Son of a bitch. And what is everybody picking in the chat room? I see Scruffy's picking the Jets. I like that. I will wait for one more, just a couple more to chime in before I'll move on. All right, we have the Ravens against the Falcons. I'll tell you something. The Ravens stink. I will take that spread plus 7.5, and I'll take the Falcons.
I agree with that.
What do you think, Cookie Monster?
I think Ravens over Atlanta. Yep.
Oh, you think
Yep.
Ravens over Atlanta?
Yep.
You think they're going to cover that big spread, huh?
Oh yeah. No problem.
What did they say about the other one, Mike?
Jets, and it looks like Falcons.
All right. Now we have the Lions and the Panthers. That sounds like a Sesame Street episode.
Ha.
Oh, wait, you know what? They went Ravens. Sorry.
Oh yeah. All right, I can
Yeah.
fix it. That's okay. I'll remember. Fuck. I'm gonna take
Not often.
no. Oh shit! Wait, the Panthers lost last week and they lost big. All right, I'm changing mine to the Lions. I'm going to the Lions. Mike.
I was gonna go Lions as well.
Wait, it was Aunt Judy who said she's stoned?
Ha.
She might be also, but it was a week late. He said it first.
She's a fun girl.
Cookie Monster, what do you think? Lions or
Oh
Panthers?
yeah. Detroit. Oh yeah. Lions, of course.
He always takes Detroit. And what is everybody? Oh, we don't know yet. So
Overall, they're going Lions.
Oh, they are? Okay. Thank you. Here's the Bills and Chicago. I am taking the points in Chicago because it's +9. I have no problems with that whatsoever. Mike?
I agree with that.
Yeah, the Chicago's been covering
Bears.
spreads. They just stink.
Yeah, they're not going to win, but they're going to.
Right.
Not
Cookie
lose that.
Monster, what do you think? The Bears or the
No.
Buffalo's
Yeah,
Bills?
I have to go with the Bills. They hungry. They hungry for a win. The Bears, they're out. So
What is the chat room saying, Mike?
Looks like Bears.
Okay. The
oh,
Bears,
Bears.
right? Cookie Monster gets it.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. I hope somebody. I got to put this up on Instagram. I have no problem taking the Browns here. I don't trust the Saints whatsoever, and the Browns have a hell of a defense. Mike, your thoughts?
I'm gonna just go with the Browns. Just a,
Cookie
I have
saying,
no idea
"No
what
way."
happened in that game. So
Oh, I have to say the Saints have this one. Yep. Me
You
think
love-
Saints.
Yeah, you're a big proponent of New Orleans. You love it there, right?
Lots of cookies.
Yeah. What's the chat? I see Browns all the way, right?
just about
Marcy says Saints.
Oh, she did.
right, but everyone
Oh.
else said Browns.
Right.
Yeah, but Marcy said Saints.
Well, we go with the majority, unless it comes to the Bengals. Yes. Here's Kansas City with a 9.5
love
point
them.
spread. They haven't been
Bad.
blowing anybody out, and Seattle isn't playing very good. This is a tough one. They're so due to blow somebody out, but every week I bet on them, they don't.
Seahawks. What's their record?
I think it's 7-7, maybe.
I mean, are they even playoff potential or no?
Yeah,
Yes.
they still in wild card.
Yeah.
So if they're still a wild card. I'm gonna go with them.
You're gonna go with the Seahawks.
I don't think they're. Well, wait, no, I'm sorry. Crap.
I know. That's why I'm waiting for you. I need. All right, Cookie Monster. What do you think? Seahawks or Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, the Seahawks. They need a win. They hungry.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I don't even know if they're gonna win, but I don't think Kansas is gonna win by that much.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the
Yeah,
points
exactly.
too, as long with you guys too. You'll let me know what the chat room is saying.
Kansas.
Oh, they are saying Kansas City is probably the smart move. Here we have the Vikings, who, boy, did they stink last week against the Giants. I think I have to take the points and the Giants. I mean, they were down 33-0 and they came back. The odds of them playing that poorly again would be weird, but 3.5 kind of bothers me. The Giants always keep it close usually, unless they're playing Philadelphia. Mike, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with the Giants as well.
What do you think, Cookie Monster? You usually tape out of New York. Are you a fan of
Yeah.
any of the teams?
I like the Jets, but I gotta say the Vikings for 3.5. I think they got it. Mhm.
I like the way Cookie thinks. It's
Yeah.
He's got it figured out. What does the chat room say? I see Vikings. I see New York. I see
So
two.
far, it's New York overall, but only 3 people have chimed.
I'll
I-
wait one
I
second.
Giant
put
cookies?
50.
Yeah, they're going for Giants.
Yeah, I bet
Okay.
50 cookies on that game, so better do good.
All right, this is the Bengals against the Patriots, and the Bengals are playing great, and the Patriots really messed up last week, and there's unbelievable play if you ever get to see it. It's so weird. I will take Marcy's Bengals with 3.5 points for them to win on the road in a very chilly New England town.
Oh,
Mike,
100%. 100% Bengals.
think so too? What do you
Yeah.
think, Cookie Monster?
Wow,
This is
me seem to be contrarian. Me like Patriots on this one.
hi JWB. You like the Patriots? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's plus money, so that's good. A home dog is usually the right pick.
Yeah.
So, but I fuck the Patriots, and we're always picking the Bengals for
We
Marcy.
don't hear that language on Sesame Street.
Oh,
do we?
sorry. I apologize
Yeah.
profusely.
Thank
No, I can't take the Tennessee minus anything for them. And Houston's been playing okay. I'll take
Yeah.
Houston, Mike.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I was going with Houston. Same picks.
Cookie Monster, what do you think?
With me like the Titans. Yeah. I don't know.
And the chat room, I hear Marcy saying Titans,
Mm-hmm.
but
That might be a
wait.
better pick, but I just can't see it.
The what?
Now I'm wondering if Titans are the better pick, but I'm going to stick with what I did.
Oh yeah.
You can change it if you want.
Let's see what happens.
Geez, I'll tell you something. I think I'm going to pick San Francisco. I think Washington. I got to take San Francisco. I don't know why. I mean, Washington's pretty good, and they probably keep it close. But San Francisco's been playing unbelievable.
Looks
Mike.
like they went Texas overall. San Francisco all the way.
Cookie Monster. What are you thinking? The Commanders? You like that new name?
No, me not like new name is confusing to me. Me agree with you on this one. Yeah,
San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
And I see 149ers. Is there anything else, Mike?
249ers. They said Texas earlier.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't understand what that means.
Houston.
Oh, Texas earlier. Right. I forgot about that. Okay. And Anonymous says I see Commanders too. What do we have? A tie there?
They're tied.
Why don't we pick the Commanders for everybody there so we can make a little difference? Now, the reason why the Cowboys are favored by 5.5 is because Jalen Hurts has some sort of injury. So, but I'll tell you something.
They're playing in Dallas, right?
Cowboys have been playing so bad that I even feel like, I mean, the Eagles still have to be a good team, even though, well, I don't know. What do you think, Mike? You go first.
I was going to go with Dallas. I think they're going to pull this one out if they're playing at home.
Cookie Monster, what do you think? This is the America's team, the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. EAGLES, Eagles.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, with the points.
It looks like everybody's picking the Eagles in the chat room, yes?
Yeah.
Eagles
Yeah,
so
I
far.
think I got to take the points because the Cowboys just, they had trouble. They lost to Jacksonville and they had trouble with Houston. So I don't know. I'm just taking the points. Pittsburgh Raiders. God, this is a really stupid one. And these games, mind you, are Saturday, Christmas Eve, by the way. I'm going to take the Raiders, even though I don't know why. I usually like taking Pittsburgh at home, but I'm going to take a chance here. Mike, what do you think?
I'm going to go with the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going to change my bet. Sorry. I'm going to change my bet, too.
What?
Cookie Monster, what do you think?
Yeah, Steelers, of course. Steelers Nation. Yeah.
I see Raiders and Steelers in the chat.
They're Raiders overall so far.
Okay, Raiders overall. So now we go to Sunday, Christmas Day, and these are 3 games that they put together at the beginning of the season, which now stink. So they're stuck, and they can't flex or change anything. So we have, this one might not be too bad. The other 2 are horrible. So we have Miami over Green Bay, and Green Bay is playing a little bit better, and Miami's really good. I'm going to take Miami minus the 5.5. Is that crazy?
Oh, yeah. I'm picking Miami, too. They actually went Steelers, not Raiders at the end. So.
Okay.
Yeah, Steelers.
Cookie Monster, what are you thinking? Miami?
Oh, yeah, Miami. Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are they saying here? I see a lot of Dolphins, right?
Yeah, they're basically all
across the board.
Yeah.
Wow. Boy, this is a real shitbag game. Oh, sorry, Cookie Monster.
What?
I used a bad word again.
Who said that?
The Rams against the Denver. Oh boy. I don't know. You know what? I'll take the Rams at home. I don't know. Baker Mayfield stinks, and he was good that one day, but whatever. Mike.
Oh,
I don't even think Russell Wilson's playing. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, but LA just sucks anyway.
They do. They both suck. This is the worst game.
I'm gonna just go with the Broncos to be different.
That's right. A week late. This game stinks. All right, Cookie. What do you think? The LA Rams?
Yeah, me not like the Rams, but me going with Rams.
Okay. And what is everybody? I see Rams all the way, right?
Yeah. Go for it.
And then you have Tom Brady and the Buccaneers playing in the desert Sunday night, Christmas Day. God, the Bucks stink, but the Cardinals stink more. So I'll go with the Bucks to pull out a win. 6.5 points seems like too much, but if Kyle Murray's not playing, apparently they stink even more. So I'll go with the Bucks. I'll go with Cammy's team. Mike?
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals again, just to be different. I have no idea.
It's smart.
Tom might just be sad again that day.
That's true. That's true. He's not spending Christmas the same way. You might be right. Or maybe this is exactly what he's like. I needed to do this on Christmas Day. This is good for me.
Yeah, me agree. He happy man now. We go.
So you're gonna pick Tampa, Cookie Monster?
Oh yeah, Tampa. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they might win, but I don't know if they're gonna win by 6.
Yeah, I got you. So I'll pick this for Cammy, Tampa.
Yeah.
And then there's another shitbag game. Boy, the Colts have to be. I'll pick the Chargers because the Colts just have to be. I don't know how you come back from. And remember, that's Matt Ryan again, who had the worst meltdown in Super Bowl history, and now had the worst meltdown in NFL history, even worse than the Super Bowl. So I can't pick the Colts after that. Mike?
Yeah, same here. Chargers.
What do you think, Cookie Monster? This is Monday Night Football. You always love Monday nights.
Yeah, me love the wings. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Me have to go with Chargers. Yeah.
I see Colts and Chargers.
Chargers overall.
Chargers overall, and thus ends Week 16, the Christmas picks, Christmas Eve, a full slate of games, Christmas Day. Very exciting stuff. Cookie Monster, I can't tell you how exciting it was having you make the picks with us.
Oh, yeah, me very honored.
What are you planning for the holidays?
Oh, me have big cookie feast.
I was going to say, what do you listen? If you put out cookies under the tree, I mean, how do you even do that?
That never work.
Yeah,
me try.
I get it.
About 3 a.m.
Well,
me break down.
Yeah, at least you're honest about it, right? You can't possibly just sit there and leave. Although that's when Santa knows you've been a very good boy. If you can actually, if he gets there to your house and sees cookies lying there, he knows you've been an excellent boy. That's got to be like Yom Kippur for you with like fasting.
What's Yom Kippur?
Oh, it's a Jewish holiday. I'm sorry.
I heard. Yeah, that's Shalom Sesame. Other show. Me leave crumbs for Santa. He don't mind.
He understands. He knows how it is.
He fat guy.
Oh, Brian, your cat's blocking the screen now too. My cat was earlier. I don't know where I guess she went back in the closet. Let me see if I can get her back up. Oh, she's right here.
Hi, Kitty.
Let's see. Can you? Yeah, there she is.
Hello, Kitty.
You see her?
Not really.
Say hello.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Wow.
What, Mike?
I see her now, just loafing over there.
Me like cats.
That's my cat, everybody. Well, I guess that about does it for us, Cookie. I really appreciate you coming on a week late. So much fun. Best part is Cookie Monster is a treat. Thanks, Dave and Comedy Cellar Nightly, Mike, for all the great work you do. Put smiles on your face. Merry Christmas. I love you all. We love you too a week late. Thank you so much.
I was going to discuss war in Ukraine with you, Dave.
Maybe on the next show. Yeah, I know. I think I told you that's what we were going to discuss to try and get you on, but I fooled you. Marcy says, I guess our next show is January 3rd.
What?
Yes. Oh, right. It's the 3rd. Right. Not the 2nd. The 3rd. The day after your 50th. But you're too pretty to be 50. Marcy, I had no idea you were 50. You look terrific. Like
me
really
50
terrific.
Also. Good age. Me also 50.
I will, JWB671. I do love that cat. Aunt Judy. Well, I know it's not my cat, but I love, and it's all Memo's fault. Have you met, you work with Memo a lot, Cookie Monster. What do you think of his directing skills? Is he a good director?
Yeah, he's pretty good for a Mexican, yeah.
Well, apparently they're really having a resurgence, like in film and cinema.
Yeah, they're really taking over. We have to be careful.
Yeah. Well, listen, you guys, this has been so much fun today, and I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. And, it's a fun Saturday, Sunday situation, and I just hope you have places to go or things to do. I'll be here if you need me, doing nothing, watching football, which is perfect for a Jew on Christmas, especially Christmas
Chinese,
Eve.
right? You get Chinese.
Normally, yeah. I usually never go out. I don't have anything to do on Christmas. It's a little depressing for a Jew on Christmas. But what are you going to do?
Me.
And
sorry.
It's okay. I don't blame you, and yet I do. Mike, where are you going to be anywhere before the New Year? We're off next week. Are you performing before New Year's or on New Year's Eve?
Well, this week I was gonna do some spots at Laugh Out Loud, but they changed the show to be Roseanne Barr.
What?
So, yeah.
This outrage.
But it's okay. I'm doing a show Friday at a place called Black Potion, and
This is in
then next
Texas, right?
week in San Antonio, yes.
Yes.
And then next week, nothing planned yet, but should have something soon.
Right. And me, I guess I'll be at Caroline's the week between Christmas and New Year's, that Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I just don't know when. And it doesn't matter. The place is closing. And we got, we'll just have some fun in the new year and everything will be great. And Cookie, where can we see your new stuff that you're making?
Yeah.
This
me-
wonderful venture you're making for all these refugees and these
Oh,
children that are in bad sorts.
Yeah, that's all over world, but me will be at Cellar Saturday and Sunday, and then Caroline.
You got a spot at the Cellar?
Yeah, they call me all the time. Fill in,
Mike and I can't even get a spot at the Cellar.
Yeah, I know they need diversity, monster quota. Yeah.
I suppose that makes sense. That's what's happening over there now.
Yeah.
Well, have a good set.
Thanks. Me practice make me jokes. Yeah.
Look, Liz just put a whole bunch of cookies up there.
Oh. Thank you.
All right, folks. We're off next week, as you know. So we'll see you after Marcy's birthday on January 3rd. And I just hope everyone has such a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. My goodness, right. If you have New Year's plans, take pictures, send them to us so we can share it on our wonderful Tuesday Comedy Cellar Nightly show.
Right.
We'll see everybody in 2020. What, Mike?
Oh yeah, I always forget to say it, but follow that other show I do, Retrospective Promenade. We do that movie thing. One of the movies we did in the last 2 episodes was Reba Williams.
No way.
We did actually do.
That's a coincidence?
Recently. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a kismet.
Yeah. Obviously, also listen to Just Get on the City and Billy Joel A to Z. Or today, I think this night finally came out. And just everybody have a great New Year, and take pictures and send them to us so we can all share because it's fun.
Yeah. Also follow that bird.
It's one of the greatest movies of all time. All our favorites are in it.
Yeah, Maria's pretty hot.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah, so let's have SCTV. They're in that too.
The what? Yeah, FCTV, Saturday Night Live. It was all like Chevy Chase was in it.
Yeah,
it was a really good. It was a good Sesame Street film.
Yeah, be proud of that moment.
All right, everybody. You're right. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, as Liz says. And we will see you in 2 weeks in 2023. Good night, everybody, from the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show.